friends? So today I wanted to do something that I like, a reading that I would want. um, Today we're doing Who is Your Star Family? Whether it be your most recent past life as that race, or one that you just have a strong connection to. We're going to be seeing who you have the strongest connection to. I'm going to be pulling some cards, and I also want to see what you've brought over from that life, from existing in that way to planet Earth, and why you've come to planet Earth, and how you're using what you already have, so to speak. So for pile one, we have the Cosmic Tarot with it's a little gibbet, okay? He's a little alien in a saucer. And for pile two, we have Sacred Geometry Activation Oracle with an alien crossing gibbet. And then the Mystic Martian Oracle. Whenever anyone says, oh, tarot's so mean and oracle's so nice, not this one. No. Tarot is a lot nicer to me than the Mystic Martian Oracle deck. I've been sitting in my bed and I feel so compelled to get up and get this deck. I'll be like, babe, telling to my partner, babe, oh my god, my deck is calling to me now. Isn't that crazy? And I get up and I pull a couple cards and it calls me out on some bullshit. Anyways, so it's my favorite deck. So this is my favorite deck. Anyways, so these are the piles. That's pile three with the little alien face gibbet. My 3-year-old bit my fingernail off, okay? He's wild, he's feral. So take a moment now, pause and meditate. And then we'll get into it. So pile one, we had our little Martian in the spaceship. Pile two was an alien crossing. Pile three was a classic alien. All right, so I think we should just get right into it. So for the first deck, I'll just be doing this. Okay, so pile one. This will be seeing what connections you have, who you feel close to, what previous life you had, like why you're holding it, and the most common theme of you holding it in this life. Messages, curiosity, signs in the reverse. So you might be ignoring some signs right now. You might be like, I'm just doing this reading for fun. I don't believe in aliens. I'm not an alien. Why did you come here? I think you know why. Utilitarian, organized, intimidating. So, tall grays. The tall grays are actually us on a different timeline. So you might be from the future, babe. But at this time, you're not in touch with that organized, utilitarian, intimidating aspect of yourself. And Lyrans, you have some ties to the lion people. That's so fun. Galactic Federation, collaboration, meetings, community. So you might be feeling a little out of touch from the community. And that might be why, you're not getting clear messages and stuff, because you don't feel in touch. It's hard when you're on planet Earth just being a regular human. You're like, but I'm just a human. And then, like, I'm here to remind you, no, you're not. You're not just a human. So that's cool. So if you felt any ties to those beings, that would be cool. If you felt validated by that, let me know in the comments. So this is really cool. So you might be leaning more into this aspect of yourself at this time on this planet. So you might be just facing things head on. You might not be using your intuition and trying to greet the community. You might be like a one-man show. You might be like one-person show. You might be trying to do your own thing. And maybe at this time, that's what serves you. Actually, we'll do the tarot next. So I'd recommend meditation always, especially in this reading. You wanted to talk. What do you have to say, Magician? Knight of Discs. And now these have like, I don't want to read them like traditional tarot because I really like the book. I really like the funny little write-ups this person put in the book. So I will be reading them straight from the book. Just because I like them. And 3 of Specimens. That's so nice. So you're being called to community right now. I am reading them a little bit like traditional. 3 of Discs. This is okay. Lots of... So what you've learned from your past life is how to work as a group. How to work in a group. How to work as a community. You're really bringing that communal vibe. In this life, you might even be the kind of person who cares about community, or the thought of like living off grid in a commune kind of appeals to you. If it doesn't, maybe go back and take a look at the other past, babe. Because that's the... I'm getting a big vibe there. So we'll read the Magician. That is number 1. You're strapped. You've got your spaceship and your ray gun. Your specimens and your probes are all packed up. Everything's ready to go for intergalactic space travel. So what's stopping you? Quit getting in your own head and hop in your ship. Trust your training. You know what to do. So you already know how to make this type of community here on Earth. Knight of Discs. Where are you at? The Knight of Discs drives you forward towards your goal, pushing you to do the best you can. Keep your eye on the prize and don't give up. Be methodical in your actions and make sure your energy is being allocated to the best place. It feels like you're already like aware of this. Whatever project you're on, you're working on, whatever collaboration you're working on, keep on it. It feels like you already feel successful in it. If you don't, this is your sign to keep going. It's looking good. It's looking real good. 3 of Specimens. Your circle of friends or allies should be kept close. Celebrate and embrace those who you've allowed into your life. Through uplifting one another, we strengthen those bonds. So lift your vials to long-lasting relationships. That's really nice. So you already kind of have that in your life. And if you don't, you're about to. It feels like we're getting so much community here. I love it. 3 discs. Teamwork. You cannot do this on your own. Quit being stubborn and learn how to work well with others. You may think you know how to do everything best, but the people around you are just as, if not more, capable of the work you're doing. Play to everyone's strengths. So yeah, like I said, this lone wolf energy, the Lyran, where strength, courage, and bravery, organization, messages, signs. So working with other people, like-minded individuals, might be difficult because it feels like there's a wound coming up. Maybe you're scared to be vulnerable with other people, but I feel like you're going to be finding your people soon. Or you just need to put in the work to find them and cut off the people that, you know, aren't for you, you know what I mean, that don't vibe with you. It's a process, it's hard work, but you totally are capable. You're able to do it. What did I see today too? I saw something really cool. What did it say? It said, maybe that thing didn't work out, not because you didn't deserve it, but because you deserved more, something like that. So you deserve more. If things aren't working out, it's because you deserve more, and stop settling. And I know that's exhausting to hear, especially if you're like, but when is it coming? When can I have my... The quicker you move on from that and the quicker you jump onto the next thing is when. Delight. We have the frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experiencing feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. This is like a shared delight, right? You might be inspiring to others. You might feel delight from other people. You really like certain people that kind of like make you feel happy too. Heart chakra. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and body. Okay, so if you are not already, I feel like you're already like this. This is your natural nature. This is you when you're not burnt out or stressed out. This is you at your very most natural person. You're a delight. You're loving. You're giving. And if you just open up your heart and be vulnerable with people, ooh, romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. So some of you might have met your partner through a group of friends. You might be meeting your partner through a group of friends. If you're into astrology, if you're an astrology person like myself, you might have a lot of 11th house placements where you're just prone to like group settings and making friends in group settings. But where you're from and what you're bringing onto this planet at this time, what I see is that you're very, you're able to work in groups. So if you're struggling with that right now, it feels like in this deck, there's going to be people who haven't yet tapped into that, and there's other people who've always done it. That's something you have innately. You really came here to this planet to provide and educate others and how to work together as a group, and how to come together and collaborate, and how to say, I can do this, you can do this, and then you can do this, and then together it's going to be this, and it's going to be so cool. So that's something for you to keep in mind. That's what I see for you. If it resonated, let me know in the comments. Love you. All right, pile 2 with the alien crossing. We are going to be starting with these guys, seeing what ties you have, and at this time, what your mission here on Earth is doing, what past life you're pulling it from, and what you're kind of using in this life, the tools that you're using in this life, and kind of what influenced you to be doing this at this time, you know? Pile 2. We have the Andromedans. What does that say? Autonomy, free will, manifestation. So, because this is in the reverse, that makes me feel like in this life you might be struggling with autonomy, free. So in this life, all that bodily autonomy that's happening, telling people what to do with their bodies, stuff like that, that might be really bothering you. That might be bothering you a lot to see. Integration, life lessons, emanation. Integration, Kabbalah. You might have some ancestors who are involved in Judaism, descendants of Abraham. Merkaba, yeah, double down. So a lot of you might have some Jewish ancestry, but a lot of you have done occult in past lives and known how to manipulate energy. A lot of you are in this pile of energy manipulators. And Lyrans again for pile 2. We got a lot of Lyrans coming in. All right. And some of you may even have reptilian past life. We'll see how that matters when we pull some of this cosmic tarot. So far, I see that you have possible ties to the Lyrans and Andromedans. Then this, it's in the reverse. So this might be like weighing on your soul heavily. In your day-to-day life, though, you face things head on. You're ready to give them hell. This is giving old soul energy as well. I don't want you to freak out about reptilians. I know a lot of people have. Just don't be a space racist, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. 6 of ray guns. We're moving away from some pain. I feel like you've traveled far. I feel like whatever planet you're from, or like either you're a very old soul or you've traveled a lot. You might have even, whatever planet you're from, you've spent a lot of time on ship traveling. Because we have the Merkaba, movement, long distance travel, excitement. You've come a long way. You might have traveled a long way to be on Earth at this time as well. Page of Probes. You're delighted to be here. You're very excited to be here. You have a lot you want to learn. You have so much you want to learn. Your soul wants to learn so much over here. I feel like because it's so different over here, and your day-to-day life right now, you might be like, this is fucking hard. But I feel like in your soul, you're delighted because it's so different. You're learning so many new crazy things here on Earth. Ooh. Ace of Discs. This is a gift. This is an offering, and it's over the Merkaba again. You might be doing a lot of astral traveling in your sleep. I feel like you have a lot of contact with your people when you're asleep. And Four of Discs. Stability. So, what did I say you were here to do? Temperance. Patience and stability is what you're doing on this earth. It is what you have. It's what part of your soul. If you're like, holy crap, I'm impatient in my day-to-day life, I think that's because you're just trying that on. You know what I mean? You're trying that on because you've always been patient, and now maybe on this planet you're trying out being like less patient. What is this unethical? What is going on about unethical and temperance? There's a duality here. There's a huge duality here. You might have spent some time in a position where whatever was happening, you just might have been in a position of power and oversaw some people, and maybe they didn't get a lot of say, and maybe you were a little forceful, whether this was because, you know, like for the highest good type situation, or I don't know. This is a theorem. And then maybe in this life, you've come here to this planet and you're seeing how much humans kind of, especially uterus having folks, lose a bit of autonomy over their bodies. It's upsetting to you and you want to do something about it. So that might be affecting you in that way, or whichever way you want to take that. And you're here to like wrong that right, if that makes sense. Not that, so I have a funny belief of karma. I don't think what we do, we are obliged by law to fix it. I think it's a guilt that just sits in our soul and we're like, oh, that made me feel so bad. This will make me feel better. That's what I think is happening. I think there's something sitting in your soul, whether it's something that happened literally as you, this person you are at this very time, 2023 planet Earth, that's upset you and you're trying to rectify it right now and it'll make you feel better. Or if it's something that you've done like aeons ago on planets very far away. Whatever that is, I would just like to maybe offer that to you. That my belief is not that it's a law we have to pay back. It's a guilt that sits in our soul. And that's how some people alleviate the guilt or the karma, is by trying to make it right. So whatever that looks like for you, no idea. Everyone's so different. But I can say with confidence that the people who came to this pile, you have traveled long distance and you've been here for a long ass time in the universe. We got some old souls. Sacral chakra. The frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. So I want you to not get distracted by any guilt that you feel, whether it's just like guilt from stuff in your life now, or like an unsettling guilt deep inside from a past life, if you're in that sort of thing, whatever. I want you to try and find some joy, because I want you to know you deserve to go forward. You deserve to have good things. And some people absolve that and tell themselves, I'll deserve it after I do this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'll deserve it after I do this, blah, blah, blah. You just deserve it now, how you are. Because once you step into your higher being and your highest self, you'll already make better choices. You know what I mean? You're already a better person for wanting better things for yourself. Because when you're doing better things for yourself, you're doing better things for other people. You're inspiring other people to follow in your footsteps. And you're just no longer doing things that might be hurtful to others. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Shifting your perception. So that was me trying to shift your perception right there. When I was like, I don't know, it's such an old school mentality. It's like, I must suffer because I made a person feel bad and I cringe at myself for the things I've done in the past. If you're cringing at yourself for the things you've done in the past, it's already a good sign. It already means you've come forward, right? It's the good person in you who's cringing at the past. And transition. So we're doing a little change. We're doing a little switch up. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. So if you've been hell-bent or stuck on, I'll feel better when this happens, I'll feel better when I do this, I'll feel better when I'm more successful, you right now at this very moment are worthy of success, and you should be proud of yourself for the things that you have done. I need you to combat whatever negative thing is going on in your mind and remind yourself of the good things you've done. I need you to fight back. I need you to fight back against yourself. But what you have to offer in this life is this wisdom and understanding that these little hiccups along the way are kind of what propel you forward, and you might be harder on yourself. You're definitely harder on yourself than you need to be. What do we got underneath? Romantic love. We could have a romantic partner. This could be to do with partners that you've had in the past that might be making you feel this way. And I just want you to know, again, just to hammer that home, that you're a good person and you deserve good things. And that's what I see in your reading. Okay, I love you. Bye. Okay, pile 3. I feel like this is my pile. If I were watching this and I would have picked a pile, I would have picked pile 3 probably. Or pile 1. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's see what ties you're most connected to right now. What planet, what beings you're most connected to right now. What past life you're most connected to right now. Why you're connected to that one the most here on Earth at this time, and what you're using it for, why it's important to your mission. All right, let's get into it. Alchemy, Philosophy Stone, Infinity, Destiny, Magic. You might have loved magic as a kid, and then when you got older, you got a little like, that doesn't work. Magic isn't real. That might be a vibe I'm picking up on. Golden Ratio, Beauty, Nature, Patterns. Ooh, some Fibonacci spirals. You are from a higher dimension. You might have been non-physical. Oh my god, I just dropped a bunch of cards. So yeah, you might have been from... Okay, so you might have been from like a higher dimension where you were non-physical. And so coming here, an earth and you've forgotten that and you're just busy being a human has made you so jaded because your soul is so used to things happening faster and like easier for you, that being on earth and like having things come this slow to you is like, oh my god. Grays, timid, misunderstood, short, and shy. So these guys actually, Patil, it's P''NTL, I believe. And they have spaceships, from what I know, that move through mountains here on Earth. And I don't know if there's a difference between the Greys, these that are the ones that are working with the government, but there's a different short gray alien like this, similar, and they're very empathetic. And there's two different Greys, ones that are just all purely like logic based, but I think these ones are giving me the vibe of Pentil, and I actually have been in contact with them recently. Anyways, so that might be who you're connected to. So you by nature might have been like sensitive. You might have grown up feeling like your emotions were too big, or you might have felt rejected by people because of your emotions, and you've struggled with them and you've always tried to hide them, and then they come out and you apologize for them. And there's been a few people in your life, maybe now if you're lucky like me, who've told you that your feelings are valid and have held space for you. And it's so hard when you have feelings that big and you already feel disgusted by them because you were taught to feel disgusted by them. 5 of Specimens. I'm going to be reading right from the book because these ones have such a cute little silly meaning, and I'm not reading them in the reverse like I normally would for other things. The deck didn't come with reversal meaning, so I just like that, and I said, heck it, we're not doing reversals. Let's not. So 5 of Specimens, focusing on, traditionally that's 5 of Cups. It means traditionally focusing on spilled things. 8 of Ray Guns. Oh, what are you doing on this planet? What are we doing? We have big feelings. This pile is my big feelers. I like this too, the symbology here. I'm going to be reading from the book. But there's all these guns pointed at this guy, and he doesn't know. I mean, he knows that he's, like, bound, but he's kind of, like, unaware of something around him. And we got 2 8s. Ugh, but, like, the painful 8s. And Ace of Discs, that's comforting, yay! So let's just give those a little read. What is the 5 of Specimens saying in this deck? Things didn't go the way you hoped. Maybe you goofed. Maybe it was someone else. But are you spending too much time dwelling on what you lost instead of looking towards what can be gained? I feel attacked. Remember I said this was my file. Are you perhaps being a bit dramatic? Let go of what didn't work and look towards the future. You'll be surprised to see how much better things are on the other side. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, that was nice. Thank you. That's helpful. Eight of Ray Guns. Oh, woe is you. Shut the fuck up. You're trapped with... I literally was sitting here trying to comfort us, saying like, oh, like, I know it's hard. People made you feel bad for having big feelings. I don't like this. Getting called the fuck out. Okay, are we done being dramatic? Time to dust yourself off and remove the blindfold. You've got yourself into this mess. You need to find your way out. Don't be afraid to take a risk to make your way back to the light. So, as rude as it is, I'm getting the message received, guys. Thank you. I literally said this the other day. I was like, I feel like a toddler and my spirit guides are watching me jam a circle into a square hole. And they're like, Brittany, you know this. Circle goes in the circle hole and square goes in the square hole. And I'm just so frustrated. I'm jamming it in, I'm screaming, and I'm crying. I'm like, why can't you help me? And they're like, because you know. So that's the vibe I'm getting for us. I'm getting the vibe that we need to do that bullshit thing when they say, go within. Just go within. So yeah, maybe after this I'll meditate and I'll go within and we'll focus on all the good things that we have. All the good things that we have to look forward to, and remembering how powerful we are and how capable we are, and accepting that and believing it and going with it. So that's the advice I have for us. Okay. Try not to make this about me. It's about us. We're in this together right now. Am I just taking along for my ride? Who knows? Eight of specimens. Sometimes when things get rough, we put our head down and push through. This is your reminder that it's okay to release things that aren't working. Not everything is worth the fight. Acknowledge the good that this has brought to your life, then let it go and move on. Pile 3, we're asked to let go of something. We're being asked to let go of something. I don't know what that is. But it's time. It's time to let go of the pain. All right, let's read the next one. A new investment is on the horizon, so that's nice. After all this, like, letting go, releasing ourselves from this pain, you've been given a new opportunity. Be sure that you don't squander it. Remember that this is simply a seed that must be watered and nurtured in order to grow. Do your research and be smart about the steps. Okay, so I think this is really important, and I'm just going to say from my perspective, my help, my point of view. This is very important to keep going and keep watering those seeds, because if you're someone like me who has like a little mentee bee and is like, this isn't gonna work, it's never gonna work. That's why it's so important to keep going. You gotta see it through. You got to see it through. So that's a nice message for us. And we're capable of seeing it through, and we're gonna see it through. Whatever little thing that you're working on, whatever little thing's coming your way, we're gonna see it through. I'm gonna finish up with some of these cards. Sacred geometries. Woo. Earth and realization. Oh, that's nice. Some of us might be coming into an aha moment. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane. So maybe taking time and sitting in Earth. Beauty of all the aspects of our great mother and revealing the more ethereal spirit aspects of nature. Go touch grass is what I just felt in my soul. I don't know if my spirit guide said that or my higher self said that, but someone said, go touch grass. Get off the internet. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. God gives his biggest challenges to his toughest soldiers. I like to say that a lot, and I'm not religious, but it's my favorite thing to say when I'm having a bad day. Oh, I dropped it. And delight. Oh, that's nice. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. So I hope this delighted you. I hope you find ways to delight others. I hope we all tap into a little more delight and we step away from ruminating on those feelings we have, and just know that it is okay to have big feelings. And I don't think it's weird or bad. It's okay if you feel really sad. But also we shouldn't sit there for too long. We shouldn't live there. Okay, that's what I see. Thank you for watching. If this resonated, let me know. Leave a little message in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Okay, I love you. Bye.